Hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about group function. The group function performs an operation on a set of data. So basically, it's an ANI standard SQL function. So it returns like a single per one result per group for a set of rows. The set of rows can be an entire table or only a part of the table. So group functions are also called multi-row functions in contrast with single row functions which returns one result per row. So this is the syntax for the group functions. So we have the select distinct and all keyword here. So if you add distinct keyword, then what happens is the function considers no duplicate values within the group specified. And we don't need to mention, and for the all keyword, we don't need to mention it because by default, if we don't mention anything, it's taken as a default value. All is taken as a default value. So group functions and null values. So group functions generally ignore non-values, but there is an exception, it's the count that does not ignore the null values when it counts row. So basic application. So we have the first the average function. Then we have this, since this is the syntax for it, we'll also try it out. We can use the average function with the number data type. Next, we have the sum. Again, it finds the total of all the values in the group specified. We have the mean and the max functions. The syntax is shown. Okay. So mean and max functions can be used with the number data type dates to find the maximum and like the first and the last date, with characters to find the first and last alphabet in a alphabet values. Then we have the count function. So it returns basically the number of rows in a specified group. So you can use count function with different data types. It ignores null values. If you use functions with a column name, so basically it ignores null values. So let's do it now. Let's go to the practical session now. So as usual, we are using the dbfiddle for running the queries. So as you can see, I have already created the table name employees, like like the earlier class, the primary name employees, and the EID is the primary key. We have an ename which cannot be null and a salary of int. After that, what I have done is I have inserted few values into the table. Okay, like the DML commands I have used. Now I am used to display the table. How it looks, just you can. So I'll run the query. So you can now see, you can now check 101 Annie 45,000, 102 Tom 50,000. So entire table is displayed below in the tabular format as we have already inserted the values. Now we are going to check how the group function works. Okay, so first we are starting with the average. So if we want to find the average salary, average salary of all the employees, okay, then you can just have the command function average, then within bracket you need to mention the column name from I need to, okay, then I'll run the query. So you can check the answer is displays 43,750. Okay. Similarly, we can also find the sum of all the salaries from employees. I'll just run the query. You can check, it is displayed. Okay. Now, if I want to find the annual income of like total of the annual income of everyone, so how we will do it? We'll find the sum, use the sum function. Salary into 12 from employees. We'll run the query. So this is the output. Next, we are going to check the mean and the max function. So mean salary. If you want to find the minimum salary from the employees table, so it's 35,000. You can check it here. Yes, it is 35,000. Now, if you want to find the max, it is also possible. Just replace the function mean. Okay, so you can find the maximum salary is 50,000. Now it is also possible like to do it in a single row. Okay, you can display the result in a single row. I'll find the minimum and the maximum salary in a single row. Okay, I'll separate the both functions with the help of a comma, and then find it. I'll run it. So the minimum salary is 35,000, maximum salary is 50,000. Now let's move to the next function, that is the count function. Very easy. Let me check if I give count star, what is the result of it? So count star from employees. So you can see it is 4. So it is counting the number of rows. How many rows are there? It's 4 rows, right? Now again, I'm going to use one query. I'm defining the EID and EID, comma, count. Now I'm going to use the keyword distinct. It's just DINCT. Yeah, distinct salary from employees. I'll run it. Now you can check account EID, that is the EI enrollment ID is 4, but the count of the salary is 3. Why? Because we can check that Annie and Robert have 45,000 in the salary. So it's as distinct keyword does not take any duplicate value. So it is counted as one time. So the second time, that's why distinct salary is 3. So this was all about today's tutorial. I hope you understood.